And here he is. But like I tell the public school students, although I never became that news anchor, and I say this in my book, I say this in the last chapter of my book, Willie Lynch, Why African Americans Have So Many Issues. Excellent book, I should say. That although I never became that news anchor, I did really achieve my goal. And that was to go on Chicago television. Now, you know, on the computer, but on Chicago television and give my opinion to the residents of the city of Chicago. I've been doing it since 1991, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Now, I'm a poor man's Tavis Smiley. I'm a poor man's Charlie Rose. I like those guys, Charlie Rose and Tavis Smiley. Lester Holt from NBC News. Lester Holt, he got the job I wanted. He went and did this Channel 2 News. Okay, he you know what I'm saying? But that's the way it goes. And not to pick on Lester Holt, because I met Lester Holt years ago and had Tavis Smiley on this very show years ago. I mean, years ago he was on the show, and hopefully we'll get Charlie Rose on here at some point. But Lester Holt, I like him, but I understand he has a white wife. And that's part of my problem, and what I've been trying to deal with for the past 45 years, pretty much all of my life, is that many African Americans who are successful are homogenized. And like I say, they're homogenized and the rest of us are marginalized. All of us do not want to integrate and assimilate into white European American mainstream society. It's tempting though. It's very tempting because they give you, they say it's all yours, Mark, if you come cross over to the white side and be a homogenized, race-neutral Negro. And I could have been a race-neutral Negro. I could have been a good Negro. I had the pedigree. Good middle-class parents. Christian parents. But the Spirit of God, something moves within me that says, I'm willing to risk it all. My wife and children are happy about this, of course. Because people like Lester Holt and other people, even like Tavis Smiley. I like Tavis. I wouldn't call him integrated per se, but I wouldn't say he's homogenized, but he's palatable for mainstream television. Because he's an integrationist, that's the term. He's an integrationist. You have to be, homogenized, an integrationist, an assimilationist, and then you can move up to the ranks. I just had a conversation with a gentleman. He got very mad at me because he's a Catholic, and on one of my videos, you may have seen one of the videos where he felt I was attacking Catholics, and I wasn't attacking the Catholics per se, not directly. I was saying how Mayor Daley, the mayor in Chicago, they have a hierarchy. So if you're a white Catholic male, you're at the top of the hierarchy, because it's the Irish Catholic, hierarchy, if you will. Although they are a small percentage of the population, that's another story. But if you're a black Catholic, so you have something in common with the mayor. So it's like I was trying to tell him. I said he took offense with he thought he was criticizing his Catholicism, but the Mayor Daley would pick a black Catholic first. Let's face it, because he's Catholic. You're not black, you're not white, but he'll say, well, you're Catholic, we have something in common. And that's what I'm saying. That goes back to Lester Holt and Tavis Smiley and a lot of people who are homogenized and, and integrated and assimilated. You have a white wife, you send your children to white schools, you're all for integration, assimilation. And I'm not saying that's bad, because that's a good model for success. But what happens is that when you become homogenized, the rest of us become marginalized, because you cannot come over, you cannot be black, whatever that, it's a broad term. You can't be African American, because if you're too black, the white powers that be, and some of your viewers may not like you. That goes for Oprah. Oprah starts getting too much for her peeps, African Americans, and then white folks not going to like her. That goes for Lester Holt, even Tavis Smiley to some degree, lesser degree Tavis Smiley, and definitely Barack Obama. Barack Obama's playing it the way it should be played. He's doing the right thing, but as African Americans, we got to play that every day. We in the white world every day, and then we come back home to the hood. Most of us. Barack lives 40 blocks from here, okay, in Hyde Park. Could take you over there in 10 minutes, okay? It's tough. I mean, I met Will Smith before. Will Smith does a good job. You can't be too black because white folks not gonna like you. But he's a good example of how to do it, where you're not offending anybody, but you're still accomplishing things. You're still helping people. It's a tough thing. It's like my show, and I always tell people, Barack Obama is more African American than Marc Sims, physically and genetically, if you will. Okay? Some people say not culturally, but that's who he is. Okay, that's another debate.